Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Anne Manera, and welcome to another live color along. And we have Color Along Volume 14 that's beginning today. So excited about this. 14 volumes. And thanks so much for joining me this morning. So if you're new here and you have no sound, Gene Mellon just keeps telling me, I have no sound. The sound doesn't come on until 10 o'clock. Because I mute my microphone, Gene. So I mute my microphone while I'm getting set up, because then all it feels like everyone hears me is me breathing. So to be perfectly honest with you, that's what I do. I mute the sound until 10 o'clock while everyone is kind of gathering. I hope you can hear me now, Gene. Can you hear me now? So let's see. I gotta get rid of these messages from these people that are popping up. Let's see here. Where are we? Volume 14, this is Color Along number 287. Can you hear my voice, Gene? You should be able to hear my voice. How's my sound, you guys? How about you, Alice? Marianne. Hey, Marianne. Marianne's telling us that this page is also in Big Variety Coloring Book, Volume 1. And today's page can also be found in Butterfly Mandalas, and it can be found here in Color Along Volume 14. Or, if you do not have this book and you are new to Color Alongs, okay, good, Gene can hear me. That's all that counts, Gene. If you are new to Color Alongs and you would like to just color along today, you can get this single page on my website. I'll pop a link right now to get the single page. It's only $1.99 for today's page, and that's what's happening. So the first thing I want to say, if you are joining us for the first time today, because I know there's a lot of new people that are kind of out there, 287 color alongs land. That doesn't mean it's 287 videos. There's way more videos. Just for the color along books, this is number 287. But I haven't even attempted to count how many other videos there have been. So if you are new to color alongs, here's how it works. So color alongs are free to watch. They will always be free to watch. You will never ever see a tip jar from me hanging out like some people do. They put a tip jar and they ask you to tip them. A lot of musicians do that. A lot of artists do that, and they want you to give you kind of like a virtual tip and send them some money from PayPal. I will never ever do that. So color alongs will always be free. It will always be a live coloring tutorial and learning about a new technique. And then if you would like to color the page I'm coloring and color along with me, then you can purchase my color along book. This book is $14.99. It's available on Amazon. It's also available on my website as a PDF. If you bought the book on Amazon or you're about to buy it and it looks like there's a bit of a shipping delay, then please let me know and I will get you the pages that you need until your book gets to you. So I want to make sure that everyone is able to do that. Each color along is completely live here in my home studio. My dogs are with me. Scarlett and Paisley are usually in the background. They're usually kind of making a lot of noise. I don't know what's happening to them today. They're too quiet, if you ask me. And anything can happen. The phone can ring. The doorbell can ring. I don't know. Anything can happen. The video could stop. I could cough. I don't know. So this is, we're not in a professional studio right now. This is raw, authentic, live color along. We're here as a community gathering. I just have one rule. We just don't complain for this hour. Whatever's happening in your life, I empathize. I will be glad to chat with you about it. But during this hour of a live color along, it is our safe space. This is not a news-friendly hour, and unless it's good news. And we just kind of get together as a community. So feel free to comment in the comments. Type your comments. I will read back as many comments as I possibly can. And we'll be coloring and going over technique. And you can feel free to ask questions. So with that being said, let's say good morning to everyone that's here, because I appreciate everyone joining me so much. You can feel free to share this on your Facebook page, a coloring group, wherever you feel to share it. Invite your friends, whatever you would like to do. So let's say good morning to everyone as we're looking at the color along schedule for this book. We're going all the way to September 14th for this book, every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And then the replays are available all the time. So you can take a look at this schedule. The schedule is posted on my Facebook page. And if you would like a copy of this sent to you, I will definitely send it over to you. Just let me know. Colleen is here with us this morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning to Jean Mellinger. Lynn Miller's joined us this morning. Good morning to Sharon. Hey, good morning to Alice. Hey, the sun is shining here too. It's a beautiful day outside. The birds are singing. I'm ready to see Cinderella's birds floating around out there trying to get her dressed. That's the kind of day it is. Or at least in my head, it's that kind of day. Good morning to Dawn. Cindy Lamb has joined us this morning. Good morning, good morning. Hey, Sandra, how are you, my friend? Marianne is with us this morning. Who else is here with us today? Dawn, I already said good morning times 2. Mary Hannah, how are you, my friend? Carrie Taylor's joining us from across the pond. And my friend, Mamie Hickstead. How are you, Eric? How is everyone doing? It's sunny outside. Isn't it great outside? We have days of just really miserable weather, and then we have these beautiful sunny days. So I vote for sun. We're going to have some pretty tanned people around, because I wonder how many people are working from home but are really kind of sitting outside while they're working from home. I wonder that about the teachers in the world. So if you're a teacher joining us this morning, because I've got a couple of schools that have posted about my color alongs and my different tutorials on their Google Classrooms. Can you even believe it? That's going to be really exciting, because I think this is a great opportunity that if you are being if you're having distance schooling right now in your home, you got to take a break. You know, you can't sit there. Hey, Courtney, you can't sit there all day long in front of a screen. So take a break. This could be like virtual recess. So with all that being said, where are we at here? Let's see. We are doing pointillism today. Pointillism is all about dots, and this is a schedule that is posted. I'm not going to go through every single bit of it, but we'll flip through this book as we go along this morning. Variety book, color along variety book, has books from every one of my books. Well, a lot of my different books. So today's a butterfly mandala, and this is from Butterfly Mandala's Coloring Book for All. Next week, we're going to tackle gel pens with this page from Hypnotic. And I'm going to tell you, I'm a little scared. You know, I'm a little afraid of this one. But we can pull it off. We'll see what happens that day. I better get a good night's sleep. Snowman Frenzy is this one. I know the word snow, but hey, it's April. Better not snow. Better have flowers falling from the sky, right? Hey, Alexandria. Good morning, my friend. Christine's joined us. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. This one is going to be colored pencils, and then we're going to go back to snow again on May 4th. And then cats and kittens, we'll use just a number 2 pencil. I'm not going to keep pivoting this because it's going to make us dizzy. Glitter gel pens. This one is going to be chalk pastels. This is from one of my paintings. Outdoor Beauty Grayscale Coloring Book. This is just a very, very close-up of grass. And I've seen this colored before, and it's a lot of fun, actually. So this will be with green colored pencils. Another one, it's a grayscale close-up of these mushrooms. And then we'll be working on the bolding technique as we move into June. Good morning, Diana and Melody. Barb has joined us. Hey, Barb. And then we'll be moving on to mixed media. Colored pencils with highlighters. I don't think I've ever done colored pencils with highlighters for this one. And then this is one of my very, very early books, Whimsical Dogs and Their Animal Pals. And this is a cardinal that makes an appearance. I don't really promote this book very much because I think it was like my 2nd or 3rd book that I did 5 years ago. And I don't really like it anymore. So I really kind of say not so much. Yeah, I know. Okay, 3 times with the snow. Just saying. Just for you, Sharon. We're going to have... wouldn't it be funny if somebody played a joke on you, Sharon, and they had like snow, like fake snow on your grass? That would be really funny. No, I won't do it. If it happens, it's not from me. But just fair warning. Warm colors on this one. 20 colors. Word grain for this one. 3D colored pencil. Not 3D colored pencils, but this is a 3D coloring page. This one will be for markers from Bugs View, one of my favorite pages. This one is going to be textures with lines. And then another chalk pastel one from a drawing. Woodless colored pencils. We're going to create textures, and then we're back to the second page of the second copy of this page. So we're going to jump in. We're going to jump into the deep end. And we're going to talk about pointillism. I'm using Faber-Castell 24 set of... You would die laughing. That would be funny. 24 set of duo tip washable markers. And these are cool because it's duo tip, meaning that there's 2 different colors on each end. So you have, well, this is a bad example because I don't really like those 2 colors. I'm gonna play favorites here. I like this one, red and green, Christmas. No, it's funny. They just have a chisel tip, so you can get a good point to them. Courtney made a comment that she's loving it because there's dots, and Lynn made a comment also about dots that are their favorite. So let's talk about pointillism. Pointillism is really kind of a term in the fine art world, not really in the coloring world, but a lot of times I'll take a a technique or a genre of art and from art history, throughout art history, from a famous artist, and I will apply it to coloring because why not, right? And Pointillism is all about creating dots to create shading, creating dots to blend colors. So for example, I'm going to put a piece of paper behind here. But let me give you a quick little example of what I'm talking about. If I take some blue dots, blue and yellow make the color green. So if I take some blue dots and kind of cluster them together, and then I take the color yellow and kind of pop it in there in the in-betweens, in between the blue dots. As you kind of look further away or as you kind of squint a little bit, it's going to kind of look like the color green. The same thing would be applied to if you were to take this little shape right here and you were going to cluster some dots together. It will start to look like a darker color. In this case, it would look like a darker pink color. Paisley, my friend, you need to lay down. Start to look like a darker pink color. But as I go further away, it will get lighter and lighter. So that's what it's all about today. Today's all about the dots. Some people count them. I think that is something I will never do. I don't know. Do you count your dots, Lynn? How about you, Courtney? I'm going to start right out with the butterfly. And I'm going to go with this kind of, I guess it's kind of a red color. And I am going to cluster my dots closer together in the corner of this wing. If wings have corners, it's the corner of the wing. And then as I get towards this middle, I'm going to pretend that there's a circle there that's imaginary in my imaginary head with my imaginary friend. And I am going to go further apart as I get to that section. So it will look like it is darker on the edges or darker in the tips of the wings, the tips. That's a tip, not a corner, right? That's a tip. And then I'm just going to kind of go closer and closer and closer. Now, some people are annoyed with the dots. Some people find them very relaxing. Marianne is commenting about the markers I'm using, saying she loves them. I love any Faber-Castell product is my favorite. Favorite. And I have the Faber-Castell grip markers, which are like the markers that never end. Alexandria, do you still have those markers? Because it's like the clown car of... It's the clown car of markers. They like never ever end. And I've had them for 5 years, believe it or not. And just this morning, I was actually looking on Amazon to buy another set because they have finally, after 5 years, have kind of worn out. And I actually was thinking to myself, I don't think I'll ever get that kind of a life out of markers again. I think I just kind of lucked out. You don't count the dots, Lynn? Good. Usually go in line or circle and then fill in the empty spaces. Yeah, I mean, some people have a pattern, right? I'm going to use this kind of pinkish color here, kind of in the middle. Just to kind of fill it in a little bit. So you could fill in with some different colors and you can kind of make it multicolored. I mean, there's a lot of different artists that you can take a look at. I'll pop some links on my Facebook page so you can learn more about Pointillism, or you could just go to the Google and you could just ask the Google to tell you about it. I'm going to give it a blue center, a blue body, and just Google Pointillism. And you will find different artists like George Seurat, for example, is the one that comes to my mind. And that's the only one that comes to my mind because I'm in Facebook Live brain mush, right? My Facebook Live memory loss. Something about Facebook Live. It makes like your brain stop working or something. I don't know what it is. So there's just kind of my blue in the middle. And no rhyme or reason to why I use that. I don't know. I am going to go with pink for my flower. Let's go to the flower in the center. So I'm just going to go very close on my petals of my flower so it kind of looks like it's a hot pink or a darker pink. Hey, Pam. So feel free to share this color along on your Facebook page or on a coloring group or... I guess that's all the places you could share it, right? I know that, I don't know if anybody's watching from their Google Classroom this morning, but it would be cool. it's a good time for for everyone to just say, let's stop school for this hour everywhere. Wouldn't that be funny? And just color. Just use some relaxation techniques. So what is everyone coloring lately? Anyone coloring anything good lately? Anything different? Anything new? I have not been coloring lately. I don't know what I've been doing with my time. I mean, I have a couple of new books lately. I have a grayscale painting book that just came out a couple of weeks ago. And I have a grayscale painting live, paint-along actually, this Thursday at 10 a.m. that I just scheduled. I hope everyone was able to get that information. Hey, good morning, Rita. And that's happening on this Thursday, and I'll be painting a barn landscape. So if you have the grayscale painting book, or if you've purchased it and you don't have it by then, let me know and I'll send you the page so you can print it. I know that Amazon has taken a long time to deliver stuff, but you know what I've noticed? If you order something, it's actually not as long as they say. So they're under-promising and over-delivering. So that's good. I guess, right? So the closer I put my dots together to each, closer the proximity of the dots are to one another, then the darker it will look. The further apart, the further it will go. Lynn's popping a link. Thank you, Lynn. Lynn went to the Google, and Lynn went to, she's given us a link for George Seurat, and he is the most famous for Lady in the, what is it called? Garden Party. See, great, Facebook Live. I really do know this stuff. Karina has joined us. Good morning, Karina. Karina, I'm a huge fan of your art. Let me tell you. Has anyone ever seen Karina's mandalas? I don't know. Karina, I would love you to pop a link. Feel free to pop a link in the comment because I'm in awe of your mandalas, actually. I look at them and I say to myself, how? Okay, Sharon. You know what, Sharon? Send me a message because I'm not going to remember to do that after this. I'm just not going to remember. And then I can email it to you. I don't know if Karina heard me say that. Did she hear me say that? I hope I'm saying your name correctly. So the closer the whole point is you kind of have to squint when you see this. Kind of have to like squint your eyes a little bit. So similar to Impressionism, where Impressionism is a lot of like short strokes that are made by the brushes or by the brush strokes. Sunday à la grande jatte. Thank you, Lynn. Hey, good morning, Heather Berger. So, let's pop a good color in the middle. I'm not really sure. Well, how about this kind of orangey yellow, golden yellow? Yeah, my friend Orange. Oh, I know what I've been doing more than even coloring, because I've been painting a lot. I've been painting pretty much every single day. And I've just been painting a lot of flowers. I guess it's better than planting a garden and getting your hands dirty. Or, I guess, I don't know. Is anyone planting a garden this year? I'm going to go with this turquoise color here. I would love to have a huge garden of a bunch of vegetables, but it's just not possible at my house the way things are right now. So, I don't know. I'll have to figure out something else. Maybe a greenhouse. As long as it doesn't snow, we're all set. Unless it's going to snow on Sharon's front lawn. That might happen. Just might happen, Sharon. That would be so funny if that could happen. I'm picturing like powdered laundry detergent sprinkled on your grass. That would be really mean, wouldn't it? That would be horrible. So I'm not really going in any type of pattern, although you could. The other thing you could do with dots, which it's really called more of a stippling thing, is when you kind of create like a border around things, or you use it as a decorative type thing. That's really not what we're doing. We're doing it more of, we want it to be different colors. Now, I could go back now. Let's try it with this one, actually. I've got this kind of a turquoise color here. Now I'm going to kind of blend with, let me see what other color I have. I'll blend with this blue. I'm going to go from this end here in the corner. Reminds me of that movie, Dirty Dancing. Wasn't Baby put in the corner? And as I go closer, it's going to look like it's blended into those two colors. Does that make sense? Hey, Bev Larson. I love mandalas too, Barb. They're timeless. I mean, the Tibetan monks are still making their mandalas with sand and sweeping them away. So as I go closer to my turquoise, I'm going to go further apart. And it's just going to kind of make it kind of blend in and melt into one another. So just kind of put some blue over in the corner as I go like kind of over to there, but a little bit further apart, so it just kind of blends into one another. I'm going to do this one the same thing, but I'll do the opposite and start out with my darker blue in this corner here, in this tip. Don't put Baby in the corner. That's what it was. Boy, what a great movie that was. I remember I used to watch it with my grandmother. We watched it together because she thought that Patrick Swayze was a little bit of a hottie. I thought it was kind of funny that my grandmother thought that. Although she was right, don't you think? It's a classic movie, isn't it? There's a lot of classic movies out. I was watching Steel Magnolias the other day. Reminded me of when I take a dog for a walk sometimes and they kind of drag me across the yard. Alice says, I would love a garden, but I can't take care of it. Fresh stuff from a garden is so good. You know, me too, Alice. And, you know, houses are too close around here. And I just am afraid that people's dryer vents are going to be blowing onto my vegetables. And that bugs me. I don't really feel like eating bounce-infused zucchini, you know? Or I just don't. It's a lot of work, though. Plus, I have big hopes. I have high hopes, you know? I start a project and then I'm like, oh, I'm going to have a greenhouse. Well, don't start out with the 5-foot by 5-foot one. I'm already, like, looking at a greenhouse that's the size of my house. What I really need to do is just start out with one pot of tomatoes. Yeah, he was a hottie. You're right, Lynn. Think of Ghosts. That's true. Whatever happened to him? All right, we've got all of this kind of melting into one another. So see how that just kind of, now you could do, I noticed I did this two different ways. This side, on this side of the wing, I did it with the turquoise first, but on this side of the wing, I did it with the turquoise second. So it doesn't make a difference. There's no rules. No rules to follow. Now the center of this guy, let's make him this burgundy color. I'm going to color in the wing, the antennae. With this burgundy color. Kind of therapeutic, isn't it? Different dots. Now I'm doing these really close together, almost on top of one another. And you can almost kind of see that not only do they create shading in different colors, but it's almost like they create sort of texture that if you touched it, you could actually, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, if I touch that, I think I might be able to feel it. Does anybody else have that impression of it? I'm going to go with this this lime color and use some dots in this section here. Wow, a lot of different artists are joining. Oh, he did die? I didn't know he died, Len. That explains why he's not up to anything. I'm sorry. I didn't know he died. A lot of different artists are joining us. Ruth Sanderson's joined us, one of my other favorite artists who I am in awe of your artwork. Ruth, say hello. Please say hello. Don't be shy. If you do not know Ruth Sanderson's artwork, let me tell you, this is what I have to say about Ruth's Ruth has coloring books, but Ruth is also an illustrator. And if you have never seen Ruth Sanderson's art, you need to check it out, because Ruth, I have to tell you this. I think I've commented about this before, but I'm going to just say it. Your art, I don't think that people grasp or realize the quality and the caliber of artwork and illustrations that they are getting in one of your coloring books. I feel like it is an honor to just be in the coloring book. To call myself a coloring book artist alongside you calling yourself a coloring book artist is just not fair. Your art is incredible. And if you've never seen Ruth's artwork, she does these illustrations on scratchboard, and you just have to look at it. Ruth, I'm so glad that you're joining us this morning and that you're watching. I hope I'm not embarrassing you. I hope I'm not saying anything I'm not out of line, but just in awe. Matter of fact, there's a few, just like Karina, she was, isn't she, Heather? Unbelievable. I really don't think that people get it. You know, when people say, oh, I don't want to pay $5.99 for a coloring book or $8.99 for a coloring book. If you're buying a Ruth Sanderson coloring book for less than $20, it's probably less than $12 at this point. But if you're buying a Ruth Sanderson coloring book, you are getting it's just amazing. You do not realize what you're getting. You just don't. What do you think, Heather? I need to catch Ruth's live, because I know she's been doing some lives lately, and I need to set my calendar for it. It is so great, isn't it, Jean? I wish Ruth would at least say hello to us. She's probably saying, what have I done? All I wanted to do was just kind of pop in and watch. Or I'm popping some dark green on here. Just incredible. Incredible. Hey, Umana. Yeah, I have a couple also. And, I mean, I find myself looking at some people's artwork, like Karina's and Ruth's, and I sit here by myself, and I'm talking to myself, right? I look at it and I go, oh my God, like, what? It's just incredible, 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 incredible. Just incredible. Incredible. Anyway, that is I'm drooling over Ruth Sanderson and Karina Arndt's artwork, but it's deserved. Anyway, moving on to pointillism. Unbelievable how we can just kind of make these different colors just by kind of blending the different markers together, just on top of one another. But it almost feels like I could touch it a little bit. You have a signed storybook, Heather? I think Ruth kind of lives close to me, actually. I think we kind of live, I don't know. She's not going to answer me. It's okay, Ruth. I'm glad you stopped in. I'm going to go with some green here on this outer portion. Now, if I put a darker green, I think we kind of live close to each other, Ruth. Put a darker green here. And then I'll go with that lighter green, this kind of lime. Jean says, her baby Stop YouTube Accepting and Showing Cruelty to Animals book is great. Oh, I didn't know about this one, Jean. I don't know about this one at all. Now I'm going to just kind of do the opposite like I just did, right? We haven't done pointillism in a while, Mary's saying. I know, I guess we haven't. I think we do. Are we doing pointillism at coloring camp? I don't even remember right off the top of my head. I have to take a look at the coloring camp book this morning, because coloring camp is going to start on April 26th. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just kind of finish up this little section and take out that coloring camp book, because I had a few people asking me questions about it. Coloring camp is still happening April 26th through May 2nd. I've added a bonus day. Did you guys hear about that? I've added a bonus day on May 3rd. And it is a painting class on May 3rd. So there's a bonus day happening. So if you've already signed up for coloring camp, it's happening for you. If you're going to sign up for coloring camp, it's still happening for you. There will be no template that will be needed. But coloring camp is beginning. It will be on April 26th to May 2nd. And what are our topics? Blending and shading. We are doing pointillism at camp. Very exciting. Hey, Pat Christie. And then we're doing textures, drawing the camp cottage. We're going to draw the camp cottage that's on the cover of this camp book. Grayscale photograph, we're going to tackle impressionism, always my favorite with oil pastels. And the night sky, we've never done the night sky. So we begin on Sunday, April 22nd. We go daily, 10 a.m. each day until May 2nd. And then on Sunday, May 3rd, we will be doing I'll just flip through the book. We'll be doing a painting class on that day. So that's a bonus day I've added. I've never done that. I will say this ahead of time. We probably will be rescheduling the May 4th color along. We have to play it by ear. Depends how my voice holds up. Baby Animals book. Oh, all right. Thank you. Isn't the cottage adorable? I have it on a painting too. There'll be giveaways every day. Giveaways may be changed a little bit to only be in digital format. Only because of shipping times and the availability to get things. And I'm not sure how comfortable people are with having a physical product shipped to them, especially something, well, I know paparazzi jewelry is being shipped from Mary Whitworth. And then, but we might have to change some of the giveaways. That's the camp book. Okay, back to this commercial break. Kind of a little bit close there. How's it going, Pat Christie? Pat, can you believe this is my 287th live color along? And that's just from the color along books. Can you even believe it? You've watched a lot of them. I can't even believe it, actually. I remember the very first time I ever did a live color along. I think I was the only one watching, or maybe there was like one other person watching. And I was so nervous. Part of it is that you really have to pay attention to how you set everything up on the back, like behind the scenes with cameras and lighting. And I mean, it's kind of hot right in here right now because of the lighting that's happening. But it's not easy. So if you see somebody doing a Facebook Live video, especially some sort of tutorial, you know, bear with them because it's not an easy feat. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. Sometimes there's problems with sound. Sometimes we have that. Marianne says, I love the color charts in all your kit books. I always dig them out to use the color books, to use the color charts. Yeah, the color charts are always kind of a good, an added bonus to the books, right? But coloring camp is fun. Coloring camp is kind of like, first of all, you're kind of going along. I mean, I know that people have said this that are watching, but I feel like this as the person that's hosting it. By Monday or Tuesday, you're kind of like, oh, this is so much fun. And a little bit, I mean, this is kind of a lot, but it's so much fun. By Thursday, I start to feel like, when is this ending? Because this is tiring. But then you start to, all at the same time, it's a little bittersweet, and you start to say, what will I do on Sunday when it's over? I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. So it's fun, though. I remember the very first camp I did, we, did you get the sound fixed? What was the problem, Heather? I was watching a video yesterday, and they were having that same problem with the hissing noise, the static noise. It was actually church. It was a mass, Palm Sunday mass. And they were having the same problem I had. Remember when I had that problem a couple weeks ago? What a pain in the neck that was. So just adding this dark green still, just to kind of go around the whole thing. Hey, Bonnie Hughes. I don't know where you're watching from, but I did see your comment. You always miss camp when it ends, Lynn is saying. Yeah, isn't it weird? But it's also like, it's kind of almost bittersweet, isn't it, Lynn? Like, I'm kind of glad it's over because this was a bit much. But then you're like, you know who misses it the most? Scarlett and Paisley. On the day that there's no more camp after a week of it, they're like, what are we doing? What are we doing today? Isn't there camp? I'm thinking that they might get camp cookies this time. I always bake them their own little dog biscuits. And if I do the camp cookies, I'll share the camp cookies dog treat recipe, dog biscuit recipe with all of you. So that you can bake them for your dog friends too. I don't know what we're going to put in them this time. Sometimes I put shredded carrots. Sometimes I put mashed sweet potatoes. I'll have to see what happens. I'll have to see how it goes. But they get their little camp cookies. Did you ever fix your video from last week's color along video? No, I have not. I have to re-upload it again. It has been a crazy week. You know, I don't know why. I really don't know why it's been a crazy week, but it has. Let's add some purple to this section here. And I'm going to go close, 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 close here, and then come out further and further apart as I get towards the end of this little tip of this little shape. So close, 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 to make it look like it is actually a darker color. Oh, look at that. I shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. Don't tell anybody about that. Don't point out your mistakes. You're supposed to say you did it on purpose, right? Imagine, you could do the same thing if you wore a shirt upside down. You could say, I did that on purpose. I mean, inside out, upside down. So close, 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 close here. I'll tell you one thing that's happened over the past couple of weeks. My Facebook page has 5,000 followers. I honestly cannot even believe it. They do need their camp cookies. I think they know too that they're called camp cookies. When it's Paisley's birthday, I make her dog biscuits, and those are called Paisley's Party Biscuits. They're totally different than camp cookies. At least she believes that they are. I'm going to use this hot pink here, and I'm just going to kind of do the same distance between my dots, just to kind of give it, I don't know, a consistent color. This would be like if you were coloring with colored pencils and you colored something with the same pressure. This is what this would be like. So giving them the same distance, kind of an equal distance, a uniform distance. And they're all staying the same size because I am using the chisel tip, the point of it. And it's more just kind of a tapping. I can't believe it's 5,000, Lynn. And different things have started to happen since it's 5,000. I've gotten like different notifications from Facebook to be able to do different things. They say magical things happen when it hits 5,000, and then magical things happen when it hits 10,000. I mean, I don't know if they're saying that like this is like Disney World or something, but I'll let you know if it's going to be magical or not. But if you have not shared this video out on a coloring group or shared it on your Facebook page, feel free. Share, 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 as they say. Okay, so we're getting all of these little pinks in here, these little pink dots. This was a fun book to draw. These butterfly mandalas. They're just kind of mandala. I mean, it's not really technically a mandala, but it kind of looks like a mandala in a little bit of a way, right? We need to add some yellow. I feel like it needs some sort of yellow, kind of right here maybe. I'm going to do these again, similar to what I did here, but even closer. Closer and closer and closer. These markers are great, Bev. These are Faber-Castell, my favorite product. I wish Faber-Castell would get involved with the giveaway, but they can't. I don't seem to be able to get in touch with them to do that. Here's another yellow. And they're duo tip. They're really inexpensive. I don't know the price off the top of my head, but they're available on Amazon. Can't go wrong with Faber-Castell. Ever. Paisley is snoozing. All right, now I've got these kind of like these, I don't know what we want to call those shapes. And I feel like those should kind of be something that maybe stands out a little bit against what is there. So let's go with blue. It'll be a good contrast between the yellow that's here and the green that's in the middle here. And I'm just going to kind of go close, close, close in these corners. And then as I get closer to the middle, I'm going to kind of spread out my dots. Close, close, close in the corner. And then spread out my dots. Close, close, close in the corner. Alice, every time I say, I'm thinking of one at the time that I kept saying, and around like this. Around like this. Crazy. So close in the corner. And again in here. So next week's color along is all about gel pens, and we're using that hypnotic page. I'm a little afraid, actually. I remember when I did that hypnotic book, it was in the summer. That's what I remember about that. I don't remember exactly when. I don't remember if it was the summer of 2018 or this, I think it was. And I remember coloring that when I did that book. I remember coloring one of the page for the cover. And when I did that book, Hypnotic, it was an accident. I was doing something else on the computer for a coloring page, and I was setting up one of my coloring pages for a new book, and I hit something on my keyboard by accident, and I don't even know what I hit, to be honest. At this point, I have no idea. I don't even remember. That's how much of an accident it was. And all of a sudden, a page appeared looking like the Hypnotic page, looking like this page. And I said, holy moly, I don't know if I could color that. What the heck did I just do? Heather's giving me Heather is giving us the link to that. Thank you. $6.71 for these. Are they on sale, Heather, or is that the price? So I posted the Hypnotic page on the coloring group and said, okay, you guys, I dare you. Can anyone color this? And so many people colored it. And I thought to myself, this is crazy. How could anyone want to color this page? So I decided to try it. Well, I remember I was going through, I don't know what had happened to me, but I was going through a couple of weeks of being in a lot of pain. And I decided to color it. And I remember I was awake. I was having some sleepless nights. And I remember coloring this page from Hypnotic. It wasn't this exact page. In the middle of the night, there was a few nights where I was up till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, which is not like me at all. My goal is to sleep. I don't know about you. I don't know what it was. I just could not sleep. Wow. Hey, Fran. That's a good price. Isn't it great? $6.71. You cannot go wrong with that. You know? Easy thing to add to your cart for less than 10 bucks. Wow. Cheap, cheap. I think the other ones, the grip markers, how much are those, I wonder? Grip markers are cheap too. I think they were $5 at one point. That's really inexpensive. I'm looking forward to watching you color it. Me too, Bonnie. Me too. I don't know if I can do it. I always color the whole page in an hour. This will be interesting. Don't you think? It'll be like it's a challenge. I feel like there should be like crazy music playing. Dun, 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 like that. Okay. Now, we could call this totally complete, but what I want to do is take it a little bit further, a step further, and kind of go from the center out. Let me show you. Let's cut the small talk here. I'm just going to go close to the actual mandala, the actual line itself. And then as I go out further towards the edge of the page, I'm going to go with my dots further apart. Make sense? $8.99. The other ones are grip markers. Those are my favorite. Those are the ones I need to buy, Heather. Those are my favorite, actually. I like them better than these, actually. They're kind of like a triangular size. What's $9.99 for Prime? I know we do like a good challenge, don't you think? Um, what is $9.99 for Prime? What is Lynn talking about? Did I miss a comment here? That is a really good price, actually. Which one did you do with dots, Fran? So just kind of further apart. It's hard to keep up with different coloring supplies and the prices of them, isn't it? All About Coloring Supplies group, though, is good to kind of follow because they always have some deals that they post on different coloring supplies. My stained glass pages are a challenge. Are they really hot, Colleen? That's always a fun, that's always a fun one to do. Especially the one we did where we took it and we cut it out and we put it in like I put it in a frame. It was that, you know, snowman guy. We don't want to say that word again. The snowman guy. Oh, Valentine. Yeah, that's a good idea. That must have been really pretty, Fran. I think I might have seen it. Post it in the Just Color group if you want to. We're skipping a challenge this week in the Just Color coloring group to kind of give a little bit of a break. We decided that it was just time for a little bit of a break. Sometimes Carol and I do that when it comes time for breaks and challenges. You don't want to have too much of a good thing. Unless it's cheesecake, right? Unless it's cheesecake. Yeah, post it, Colleen. That's a good idea. All right, so this is just kind of close together again. So see how it just kind of like kind of spits out off to the side there, off to the edges, and just kind of off to the edge. So you kind of look like the whole page is colored, but not really. And you could do this with music too, right? Do you listen to anything while you're doing these dots, Lynn? Or I don't know if Courtney's still watching. All right, I have to pivot here. Just pivot a little bit. There we go. Much better. Couldn't reach it. And what's good about Faber-Castell products is they're non-toxic and there is no smell. I always complain about the smell. I don't know how people use Sharpies, but good for them that they do. And the last time I used alcohol markers, I used those IO markers. Let me tell you, I could never ever use them again. It was horrible. You listen to books or watch TV? I usually, when I'm using coloring with dots, or even when I'm drawing, I listen to music. The other day I don't watch TV because it's too much of a distraction. The other day I did a live on Instagram. Did anyone catch me painting live on Instagram? And I had music blasting. I was listening to like this, I think it was the 80s music. And anyway, I got kicked off because it said that I shouldn't have been playing that music. Pizza. Yes. Gotta have pizza, Alice. Alice, I think maybe someone needs to deliver you a pizza just out of the blue. Remember when people used to be able to do that? It's like you could play a joke on someone and have like 6 pizzas delivered to them. But I don't think you can do that anymore because now you have to pay for it when you order it, right? Marianne is saying, I've been listening to Christmas music in my earphones. I'm not listening to any news or updates. Too depressing. I'm not either. I'm not listening to any news. I'm not watching any news. I'm just not. Something needs to be, if I need to know about something, it will fall into my lap. That's my attitude. I made this yummy horseradish sauce yesterday. Oh my goodness. Fran says, BBC arrived late to the party. What type of markers? Oh, these are Faber-Castell Duo Tip markers. And Heather popped a link earlier for these markers. It's in the comments, and they are only $6.71. Can you even believe it? That is cheap, cheap. Cheap, cheap. Buy two. That's really cheap. I was listening to, Donna Summer, like a lot of like 80s stuff. A lot of disco. And they kicked me off. I thought you could listen to music on Instagram. I would love to have music in the background when I'm doing a Facebook Live video and just kind of just have music playing and just paint or draw or something. And you can't because of copyright guidelines. I don't know. I wasn't listening to like anything with explicit lyrics, Mary. It was okay. I don't know why they did that. Hey, how about all those Zoom calls that were exposed? It's a big deal right now. People using Zoom for teaching, and therapists are using it for one-on-one therapy sessions. And I guess it leaked. And a lot of people's therapy sessions have been leaked out, and people can watch them. How horrible is that? Crazy. Kind of reminds me of how some people say that your smart TV is watching you. I prefer to call it a Facebook hiatus, Alice. And I still am on a Facebook hiatus until tonight. But I prefer to call it that. What happens in a Facebook hiatus? Get a lot done. I need to pay attention to some real world stuff, though. Like, I don't know. Paying bills, maybe. Sometimes coloring takes a front seat to everything else. Or sometimes I use drawing or painting or coloring as a way to to reward myself for doing something. It's like, okay, if I vacuum, then I can paint. Does anybody else do that? It's like I give myself like a little treat. It's like if I do my laundry, $17.41 for those up in Canada. Canada's always more. I don't know what kind of music is going through my head right now. Grip, $8.99. That's a good price, though, Bev. That's a really good price for those. I think I like the grip better. I need to order another set of markers. I'm going to order the grip. The grip. I'm going to order the grip. Okay. All right, let's take a look while I adjust my... Hold on. Okay. I had to adjust my heating pad that's on my neck right now. Sorry about that. All right, let's see where we're at, man. Complete pointillism, dots, creating different colors, creating different shades of a different color, blending two colors together. And this page can also be found in my book, Butterfly Mandalas, Coloring Book for All, or you can also get this page from today on my website for only $1.99. You like both of them, Marianne? I think that, well, some markers are considered duo tip because they have a wide tip at one end and a small tip at another end. Right? But these are called duo because they have two different colors. It's fine with me. All right, let's see. Next week we are coloring in the gel pens for this hypnotic page. And then the schedule is here. I'm going to post the schedule again on my Facebook page today so you can get the schedule and see what's happening. But there's a lot of information happening with this. I'm going to pop it on the screen so you can see it a little better. And we can talk about the schedule because we'll be meeting every Monday morning up until September 14th. We are not meeting for a color along during the week of camp. And possibly May 4th will be rescheduled only because hang on a second, I gotta fix this. Okay. All right, so we've got this color along book coming up. We're going to be meeting every Monday morning at 10 a.m. until September 14th. We have different topics that are happening, and next week will be gel pens, and then we'll be working on colored pencils on April 20th. May 4th, we are coloring a page from Simply Snowflakes, and it'll be in the monochromatic style, so it'll just be one color, any color you want, any medium you want. Then we're going to move on to just a number 2 pencil, and then some glitter gel pens, and then we're going to be working with chalk pastels. Colored pencils on June 1st with a grayscale page is a close-up of grass, and then a close-up of those mushrooms with just 2 colors, probably be shades of brown. Bolding technique, which is really cool. If you've never seen the bolding technique, that's a lot of fun to do. And then we'll be working on a mixed media page, which means that we'll be using different things like markers and colored pencils and oil pastels and crayon and chalk pastel and all that type of stuff. And then we'll be using highlighters with colored pencils. And then the next one after that comes up with pop art on July 6th, which is all about using some big, bold colors, primary colors mostly. And then warm colors, and then 20 colors challenge. That's going to be fun on July 27th. And then as we move into August, wood grain technique, and then colored pencils with the 3D page on August 10th. Then on August 17th, we're going to be coloring a page from A Bug's View, which is one of my favorite pages. And we'll be using markers. And then we'll be using creating textures with lines for the next one after that. And then we'll be using oil pastels on August 31st. And then on Monday, September 7th, we'll be dealing with wood pastels. I'm sorry, woodless colored pencils. And then we'll be creating textures with tape, because you got to have tape. If you don't have tape, you need tape. There is going to be a week somewhere in July, I believe. You can see like there's July 6th for a color along, but then not another one till July 20th. Because somewhere in between there, I don't know the date off the top of my head. It might be the 12th or the 13th. We'll be coloring camp. I think it's the 12th. Will be summer coloring camp, because coloring camp happens 4 times a year: spring, summer, winter, fall, like that. Spring, summer, fall, winter. So that is what is happening for the rest of the schedule for Color Along Volume 14. Coloring Camp book is available on Amazon, or it's available on my website as a PDF that you can print yourself, and you can have it today. If you are ordering the camp book and you are not going to get it in time, then please let me know, and I'll make sure that you have it. And hope you can join me for where is the information for that? See if I can find it anywhere. This Thursday, I'm doing a grayscale paint along, and we're meeting at 10 a.m. See if I can find the information. Aha! I found it. We're doing a grayscale paint along on Thursday, and it is from a page from one of my grayscale painting books. And we did one last week, and you can still go back and watch the video for this. We did this, we painted this painting, and here was my version on acrylic, with acrylic on canvas paper. Hey, thanks so much for joining today, Bev. I appreciate it. And then we did one with watercolor. So for Thursday, we're going to be doing this barn landscape painting, and you can get that page, and it's like a PDF package. And you can get that page on my website. They're $5.99 for the grayscale painting pages, the grayscales, and it's free to watch. Free to watch, but if you would like to paint along and you want the grayscale image for that particular day, you can get it on my website for $5.99. You can get the books on Amazon also, which have multiple paintings in one book. Does anybody have any questions about what's happening, color alongs coming up, what's happening with coloring camp, what's happening with... Hey, have a great day, Fran. Thanks so much. Have a great day, Heather. Please feel free to let me know if you have any questions. And other than that, I will see you on Thursday. Have a great day, everyone.